Welcome to Sporting News Audio. My name is David Arnott, sitting here with Sporting News baseball writer Chris Bahr. One of the most interesting stories of this baseball season early on has been the struggles of the Boston Red Sox. Chris, what's one of the major factors that you've seen that has led to the Red Sox struggles?
The offseason plan, was to kind of go away from offense. They let Jason Bay leave, and they didn't really replace his bat. They instead decided to focus more on pitching and defense. They brought in John Lackey as a number 3 starter. A lot of teams would have had him as a number 1, but with Lester and Beckett ahead of him, he was number 3. And then they also brought in Marcos Scudero mainly for defense, Adrian Beltre mainly for defense on the left side of the infield, and then they brought in Mike Cameron to play center field mainly for defense. And so far, the starting pitching hasn't been very good. The middle relieving hasn't been very good, and the defense has been pretty bad. So their pitching and defense plan has kind of backfired in the early going.
Now, what's the plan moving forward since Mike Cameron is going to be going on the DL? We see that Jacoby Ellsbury has had some injury issues moving forward, and we saw Bill Hall on Patriot Day playing center field. Do they have a depth problem right now?
They really do, because just the fact that they had Bill Hall, who was basically a shortstop or third baseman for most of his career, playing center field for the first time in Lord knows how long. That just shows the problem they have. Also, Jeremy Hermida, who's a nice fourth outfielder, isn't an everyday outfielder at this point, especially thrown into the fire at Fenway Park. Never had played the Green Monster before. He's out there every day now. So the problem they're going to have is depth, because they don't have a guy who is able to step up. Josh Reddick's going to be called up. He's a nice fill-in, but he's a rookie. He's not much experience either. So they do have a depth problem there, and not just in the outfield, because Bill Hall's their backup shortstop at this point, and he's not a great option there either. So they've got depth issues all around. The one place they don't is the rotation.
So you say the rotation is where they have a lot of depth. They do have 3 pitchers that have been struggling a lot right now. Where can they go with that depth? What is that depth in the rotation?
Well, they have the option. Daisuke Matsuzaka is going to be back pretty soon. He's in his first 2 rehab starts at AAA. I believe he's not giving up a run. So if he can come back and maybe they go to 6 starters, maybe they give Wakefield a rest, maybe they skip Buchholz one of these times. But that's the one spot. And if they do have to make a trade for another bat, which it looks like they might have to, that's a spot they can deal from too. A lot of teams have liked Buchholz for a long time, and he's been linked to Adrian Gonzalez and the Padres for a long time. If that trade ever would happen, he'd be a piece of it most likely. So they've got 6 starters. Three of them aren't going too well right now, but it's early. So if they do need to replace one, they've got a former 18-game winner in Daisuke waiting to make his debut this year.
Chris Bahr, Sporting News baseball writer. Thanks for joining us on SportingNews.com audio.